and give us the ability to manipulate ways that we never even imagined. That should go into the... If we think about some of the images that we have or that we've seen, I'm sure there are ones that we can think of where we said, I wish they were just a little bit different, like as far as spacing goes. It could be even that you wanted a person that you don't particularly like a little further away from you. We won't get into that topic. But what we're going to do with this particular image is kind of close up the space. Let's say that we're interested in the two main headstones, the one with the heart and the one with the cross on the left. But there's just a lot of space in between and really not a whole lot going on in the picture. So we can use Content-Aware Move in order to close that gap and make it focus a little bit more on what we think is the important element. Now, I've already gone ahead and used the magnetic lasso to make a selection. Now we simply need to go through the rest of the process to make this work. And that involves selecting the correct tool. From the Tools panel on the left-hand side, you need to click on the Spot Healing Brush or Healing Brush group, and that's where we find the Content-Aware Move tool. Once we have that selected, we can take whatever selection we have and simply drag it wherever we want it to go. I'm going to press and hold my left mouse button and start dragging a little bit over to the left. I'm thinking probably right about there will work, so I'll let it go. And we'll wait for Photoshop to analyze the image and make all of the adjustments that it needs to do. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I think that looks wonderful. It's not like the old days where we would cut something out and then we'd have to fill it in with something. It's actually done all of that work for us. Don't forget that up in our control panel, we do actually have a lot of different settings that we can use, including putting some finesse on this. One of those is the adaptation that it uses. We can go from very strict to very loose. We went ahead and did this one with very loose, and I think it did a pretty good job. Let's go ahead and click very strict and see if it makes any difference. The difference between these two is how much latitude Photoshop has to take a look at the pixels surrounding our selection and make some good choices on our behalf. We had a very specific selection, so it may not show too much of a difference, but in some images, it can be the difference from something that does look like it was kind of cookie-cuttered out and something that looks very natural and organic. In this case, I think either one is working, so we'll go ahead and deselect by going to Select, Deselect, and I think we've done a pretty good job of moving these elements together and making a more